So students, once again welcome to our YouTube channel Emoskyre. So students, we are again present here to learn the second topic of the electrostatics chapter. I hope so you are well and fit and fine at your homes. We are starting the second part of the video. If you haven't seen the first part of the video, you will get the link in the description box. Now students, we are starting the electrostatic from the Coulomb's law. So I have made the heading here Coulomb's law. Okay students, हम लोग क्या पढ़ने जा रहे हैं? Coulomb's law पढ़ने जा रहे हैं. So in the Coulomb's law, the Georges Coulomb had stated that whenever the two charges kept near to each other, they will exert a force on each other. So what we have to do, we have to learn the Coulomb's law in the form of the charges, in the form of the forces that are acting between them. Okay, so we can say that the Coulomb's law is that law which state us about the forces acting between the two charges, full stop. According to this law, the force acting between the two charges are directly proportional to product of charge. Okay students, and inversely proportional to square of the distance. Okay, that's what is the Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law हमें क्या कहता है कि whenever we have the two different charges, let's suppose we have the two different charges as like this, Q1 and Q2 over there. Okay, and they are separated at d distance apart from each other. How they are separated? They are separated with the d distance from each other. Then the force that will act between them, would be directly proportional to the product of charge. The product of charge means Q1 multiplied by Q2. The product of charge means Q1 multiplied Q2. So here I have written force directly proportional to the product of charge and making this as equation 1. Again, from the second statement we have seen that it is inversely proportional to the square of distance. Then we can write it also in the same format as f inversely proportional to the square of distance. That means f proportional 1 upon d square. It can be considered as the second equation. How it can be considered? It can be considered as second equation. Now students, suppose if we are merging the first and second, if we are merging the equation 1 and 2, what we will got? So we will got by equation 1 and 2 we have what we have? We have f is equals to q1, सॉरी इक्वल्स टू नहीं, अभी तक प्रोपोर्शनल रखेंगे इसको, इसके बाद इक्वल टू करेंगे, f proportional q1 q2 upon d square, and if we remove this proportionality sign and put a equal to over there, if we remove the proportionality sign and put a equal to over there, we will got f is equals to k q1 q2 upon d square, upon d square. This will be the final formula of Coulomb's law. What it will be? This will be the final formula of Coulomb's law. Okay students, and I think you must have remembered that in the class 9th when you are studying about the gravitation chapter, at that time you was also having the same kind of formula as f is equals to capital G m1 m2 upon d square. ऐसा कुछ क्लास 9 में आप ऑलरेडी पढ़े हो ग्रेविटेशन चैप्टर में. तो सिमिलरली टू दैट हियर वी आर हैविंग द फॉर्मूला ऑफ Coulomb's law, formula for the electrostatic force, and it is also F is equals to K Q1 Q2 and R square, K Q1 Q2 upon R square. Here K is called, here K is called electrostatic constant. K को यहाँ पे हम लोग एक नया नाम देते हैं, उसको क्या कहते हैं? इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक कांस्टेंट. K is called electrostatic constant and its value is, what is its value? Its value is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Okay guys, so that's what it is the value of K. K इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक कांस्टेंट है, जो कांस्टेंट हमें किसी भी मीडियम में चार्जेस के बीच फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन को एक्ट होने के लिए पोज करता है कि कितना फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन वहां पे एक्ट होगा, कितना नहीं होगा. ओके, सो दैट वुड बी नोन एज इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक कांस्टेंट and its value will be 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. So by this way we have learned about the Coulomb's law. Once again I am repeating students, what is Coulomb's law? The Coulomb's law is that law which state us about the forces acting between two charges. What is it states? It states about the forces acting between the two different charges, and the two different charges may have q1 q2, because I have already told you the charge is denoted by the symbol either capital Q or by the small q. So here we have represented the charges with the symbol q1 and q2. We have a separation also. The separation between the charges is d. You can also take the distance r. कई जगह बच्चे r लेते हैं क्योंकि उनको सुविधा होती है r ले करके सॉल्व करने में, कई जगह d लिया जाता है. That's your choice. Okay, so we have taken the d as the distance. Now if we put the same value for the Coulomb's law, then we can have that according to Coulomb's law, according to Coulomb's law, there are two such conditions. First condition is that force will be directly proportional to the product of charges, okay, which is written in the equation as equation 1. Force is directly proportional to q1 q2. And second, as we know, the force is inversely proportional to the square of distance. Okay, so we can represent it as f inversely proportional 1 upon d square. Okay guys, and by merging the equation 1 and 2, what we got? We have gotten f proportional q1 q2 upon d square, and by removing the proportionality sign we have put the equal to over there, and if we are putting equal to, then we must have to take a constant over there, and this constant is known as electrostatic constant. This constant is known as electrostatic constant. So electrostatic constant is represented as K, which value is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Okay guys, so that's what it has been explained here. Now we are moving to the another platform, that is we have to study how we can apply the Coulomb's law. We are taking some kind of questions to apply the Coulomb's law, to calculate the force between the Coulomb's law, to calculate the force between the two given charges. Okay guys, so I am erasing it, you can note it down, or you can also take a screenshot of it so that you could note it later. Okay guys, okay. So moving on the further points, what we have to discuss, we have to discuss some of the topics, some of the problems based upon the Coulomb's law. What we have to do, students? We have to take some examples, take some question based upon the Coulomb's law. So here is the first question from that. The first question, it is saying that calculate the electrostatic force between two charges of 10 microcoulomb and 9 microcoulomb if they are placed at 9 centimeter distance. Okay guys, so this one will the question based upon the Coulomb's law. So look at the question and try to find the contents. What are the given things in the question and what we have to calculate in the question. So on reading it, I got that we have to find the electrostatic force, that means Fe is equals to question mark, because Fe electrostatic force has to be found. Now the given terms are first charge Q1 is equals to 10 microcoulomb, and as you know students, micro stands for 10 to the power minus 6. So I have written it 10 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb. Again for the second charge it would be 9 microcoulomb, and it can also be written as 9 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb. Now guys, distance between them is written as 9 centimeter here. It has been also given in the question. So we have taken D is equals to 9 centimeter is equals to 9 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. If we have collected the data, now we can easily solve it. We can use the formula Fe electrostatic force is equals to K Q1 Q2 upon D square, and by putting the value of K as 9 into 10 to the power 9, because we know K is electrostatic constant, its value is 9 into 10 to the power 9. So I have taken here the Q1 is 10 into 10 to the power minus 6. It has been given already in the question. I have written here also, you can see students. And the Q2 is 9 into 10 to the power minus 6, which is also given in the question. Lastly, Moving to the D, that means distance. Distance is 9 into 10 to the power minus 2. So its a square has to be done. So we will write here 9 into 10 to the power minus 2 into 10 to the power minus 2 twice. Because the squaring some letter, some digits is have to be multiply itself twice. So we have put here 9 into 10 to the power minus 2 into 10 to the power minus 2. Now it's time to the cancelling out some of the datas. Here you can see 9 and 9 can be cancelled. This 9 again can be cancelled out. And what we got in the remaining?
That you have to solve it now, and I am going to move on the next problem.
Here I am taking the first example of the Coulomb's law as find the Coulomb force between two charges of equal magnitude of 5 nanocoulomb and the separation between them is 5 millimeter. Okay, let's have this question, guys. Okay, so first of all, if we are going to solve it, if we are going to make its solution, what we have to do? We have to take the datas from the question. We have to take the datas from the question and we have to relate that what we are going to find out. So in this case, students, we have seen that we have to find the Coulomb's force, that means electrostatic force. So electrostatic force is question mark here. I have written here electrostatic force is question mark. Again, if we are discussing about the charge Q1, then the Q1 is 5 nanocoulomb and nanocoulomb stands for 10 to the power minus 9, as you better know. So I have written it 5 into 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb. Okay, guys. Again, the Q2 second charge is of the same magnitude. Here you can read the words given in the question, the charges of equal magnitude. So equal magnitude means both the charges are having the same value. So we have taken here the Q1 as 5 nanocoulomb, then Q2 also will be 5 nanocoulomb, and Q2 can also be written as 5 into 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb. Lastly, we have to put the distance. The distance is 5 millimeter and the millimeter can be taken as 5 into 10 to the power 3 meter, 10 to the power minus 3 meter. That will be conversion of millimeter into meter. Now, if we have collected these data, then we can go directly on the formula, and our formula is Fe is equals to K Q1 Q2 upon D square. So putting the value of K, 9 into 10 to the power 9, putting the value of Q1, 5 into 10 to the power minus 9, putting the value of Q2, it again 5 into 10 to the power minus 9, and putting the value of distance, the distance is 5 into 10 to the power minus 3, and because the square of the distance is in the denominator, so we will repeat it again, 5 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, guys. So now it's time to cancel out the terms whichever is able to cancelled. So this 5 is cancelled out together, this 5 again cancelled out together, and we have to do the remaining calculations. The remaining terms are 9 here, 10 to the power 9 here, 10 to the power minus 9 here, again minus 9 here, and in the denominator side 10 to the power minus 3, 10 to the power minus 3, which are taken in the numerator as 10 to the power plus 3 and 10 to the power plus 3. So students, the final answer would be 9 into this 9 and this 9 would be cancelled out, 10 to the power minus 3. Here you can solve it, you will get minus 3. So the last value is 9 into 10 to the power minus 3 Newton, which means 0.009 Newton. This would be the final answer, students. So this is the way how to calculate any kind of problem, any kind of numerical on the basis of Coulomb's law. First of all, what we have to do? We have to take the data from the question. Second thing, what we have to do? We have to put the formula over there. And the third thing, what we have to do? We have to put the values over there. And finally, we have to calculate till we get the answer. Okay guys? So this would be the way of calculating any kind of numerical, any kind of problem based upon the Coulomb's law. Now we are moving on the next topic, that is the explanation of electrostatic constant K, and we will also move on the force acting due to multiple charges. So students, I am erasing it and let us move on the next topic. You can take a screenshot if you want. So guys, now we are going to describe about the electrostatic constant K. So we have taken here electrostatic constant K. Guys, this electrostatic constant K is universal and its value is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Why this unit is taken? This unit is taken because we know the formula F is equals to K Q1 Q2 upon D square, and if we transpose it to get the value of K, we will get F D square upon Q1 Q2. By transposing these terms, you can get it. Now students, put the SI unit of force Newton, put the value of distance meter, square is there, you have to also put square, put the SI unit of Q1 Coulomb, put the SI unit of Q2 again Coulomb. So you will finally get Newton meter square per Coulomb square. That's what I have written here. And in one another way, the K is also represented in the form of 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. What it is written? K is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Here it has been broken down in the form of permittivity. In the form of permittivity. You can also be asked by the teachers that what is the value of K in the form of permittivity? Then what would you say? You would say the K is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. K is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Here this one is reads as epsilon naught. Epsilon naught. This one is written as epsilon naught, and epsilon naught shows that permittivity of the medium. Permittivity means allowance of the medium. Okay, suppose two charges are kept in the free environment, then there would also be some restrictions like airs, like some particles of the dust. They would restrict them to to attract each other or to repel each other. So there also must be some alloyance to attract the charges and repel the charges. That alloyance is known as permittivity, and this permittivity is represented by the symbol E naught, which is called epsilon naught, Okay guys, so this epsilon naught can be also calculated by the same way. We can have the value of k is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So if we want to calculate the value of epsilon naught, you have to write 1 upon 4 pi k. So guys, 1 upon 4 and the pi will have the value 22 upon 7. The 7 will go in the numerator and value of k can be written as 9 into 10 to the power 9. Okay. Now if you are going to solve this complete data, you will get about 8.825 into 10 to the power minus 12. Okay guys, so this would be the value of epsilon naught. This would be the value of epsilon naught. So for today this would be the data that we have to studied here. फिर हम लोग नेक्स्ट क्लास में मिलेंगे. सो वी विल स्टडी मोर अबाउट द इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक कांस्टेंट एंड इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक फोर्सेस इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास. सो बेट टिल द नेक्स्ट वीडियो टू द कम. ओके, टिल नाउ गाइज you have to remain safe, remain studying, continuously studying. Okay, so take care, bye bye, and thank you for joining the class. Bye bye students.